What is the smallest size of land can someone have to start a 30k poultry farm? That is a question that was posted to us. In today's video, we are going to focus on different questions that you guys have been asking us and maybe could be beneficial to you and to other people that asked them. Yes, stick around as we shall be moving together. So let me first list these questions that were asked to me. What is the smallest piece of land does one require to put up a 30k poultry shed? Number 2, someone saw our design and said good design, but how do you deal with windy rains with that kind of chicken house design? That was also another question that was posted on us. Number 3, is it designed for cages? Someone saw our design and he asked if we designed it for cages. The 4th question was, how much does it cost? How much does this setup cost? Then the 5th and that's the last one. Can you do a design for us in Tanzania? Those are the questions that I'm going to be answering in today's video that we tried to gather because we saw that they were connected to this same structure, and we want to see if we answer these questions, you guys, are you going to benefit something? That is what we want to see. So let us go to our first question. What is the smallest piece of land does one require to put up a 30k poultry shed? It depends. It depends because we have free range poultry. We also have the ones that are kept in the structure full time. Maybe it could be zero grazing. We can say that it is a zero grazing farm. So if your birds are not in a free range, then they will be here. And now someone is asking, what is the size of land that you require? First of all, I would tell you that the land depends on the systems that I have talked about, as well as the square meter that you're going to keep these birds. Also, what kind of birds are you going to keep? Because we have the locals, we have the layers, we have the broilers. If you're looking at a broiler, 1 square meter, you can give it 10 birds, 10 to 15. It depends on how you have tried to squeeze your business. But we say, don't go beyond the 15 birds per square meter. Then when it comes to layers, some people give them 8 square meters on a deep litter system. Guys, I'm talking about the deep litter system. I haven't gone to a cage system. Meaning, we are still in a house. We are still looking at these birds that are in a house, not a free range. So we have said that if you're looking at the broilers, you need 10 to 15 birds per square meter. If you're looking at the layers, you need 8. Maybe if you try to squeeze them, you can go to 10. Birds per square meter on a deep litter system. If you're looking at the locals, our indigenous birds, then those ones you can look at 15 to 20 birds per square meter. If you multiply a square meter per the birds that you need, you will know a total square meter building that you are supposed to build. I don't know if at all this person who asked this question was talking about also availing land for the feeds, where you're going to plant the feeds, for example, the corn or the maize. But what I'm talking about in this video is the living space of these birds. Those are the things that you have to look at if you want to put up any size of birds that you need. Just go for those simple calculations, knowing each square meter will take how many birds. If you look at that, then it will give you a big figure of how much space are you required to allocate for that structure of yours. So I think that question has been answered well. If we go to our next question, someone looked at this design and said that good design, but how do you deal with windy rains with that kind of a chicken house design? Yes, it is a very good question. If you go to the behaviors of birds and livestock, you will find that the poultry business, it needs more aeration than the livestock. So that's why I say that you need this space, as you can see it. We need to hear the aeration. We need to hear the air passing through well. You need to feel that the environment is conducive for these birds. So now, after knowing that you need that space, but still there is some challenges that you usually encounter, like the windy rains he is talking about. The only solution to that is putting tarpaulins. Tarpaulins, you just make sure that when rain comes, you have to make them come down, so that if it rains, you make sure that the water is hindered from entering in our poultry structure, as well as disorganizing our birds. So that is the only solution you need to do by putting the tarpaulins where you know that whenever it rains, it enters. But still also the positioning of your structure matters. If you know that the rains usually come from east-west, you have to make sure that your structure, the width, it is the one that is in that direction. Meaning, when it is raining, you only have to cover that smaller part and you leave the other part when it is okay. But when you find people not minding about that, that is where you're going to find someone needs to cover almost the whole structure to make sure that the wind does not come into our housing. Hope that one is also answered very well. If we go to our next question, someone said that is it designed for cages? Now, the beauty part of this housing is that it is a general design, meaning if you don't have money, you can do deep litter system. But when you gather some good amount of money, then you can upgrade to the cage system. Because you know that the cage systems are much costly than the deep litter system. Because the only thing that we are remaining with here is to put our coffee husks or wood shelvings where our birds will be moving. Already the nests are already put, our laying boxes are there. The only thing that is remaining here, disinfect the whole setup and bring in our birds to start enjoying their environment. You can use it for cage as well as you can use it for deep litter system. So you are not limited to any system that you want to use. So that question is also answered well. Then another question is, how much does it cost? Hey, you have been watching us, you have been seeing it when we started it, but now we want to find out how much has this setup really costed us. First of all, I would like to tell you that the costing usually depend on, number one, the area where you're going to buy your materials from, because someone who is going to build in the central is not going to spend the same amount like someone who is going to build in the rural area. So that one is also a factor that will determine on the cost of any building that you're going to put up. Another factor that affects the cost, it might be the cost of material in that area. Some areas, their materials are really high. If you go to Kenya, the timber is somehow high compared to that one in Uganda. So someone who's going to put up a same housing or a same facility in Kenya is not going to spend the same money like the one that we are spending. But what I usually say is that based on our designs that we usually make for you, we understand and we give you some options that you can use the materials that are readily available. If here we have used eucalyptus poles and you have access to pine, you have access to those woods that are good, then you can use those. You see, because this is not accessible in any country. This video is not particularly for Ugandans. If you can access this, well and good. If there is another alternative that you can access, that is also absolutely fine. If you know that it's going to work for you, something good. So our designs, if we tell you that you get for us this specific type of timber, we are not telling you that you have to be rigid on that same type of timber. No, it may mess you up. and you find when the structure is going to cost you a lot, yet you have another responsibilities that you have to do, like stocking and doing any other things. So I would advise you make sure that you look for affordable materials that are accessible in your area. You make sure that the budget is not entered so much. This structure costed us 60 million Ugandan shillings to put it up, from the foundation up to the level you have seen. Everything, labor and materials. I'm happy that the owner has seen the value for money, and what he wanted, what he proposed, it is what we have made for him. This is a permanent structure, guys. If you protect your poles against any challenges that usually affect them, and you make sure that they are not going to be affected by water, they are not going to be affected by termites, then they can last for quite a good number of years. On the same note, I'm not saying that you can also do the same facility for that amount of money. No. There is certain designs or there is certain materials that you can use, and you end up minimizing or putting the costs down. Like instead of using this wall, you can decide to put iron sheets. The sheets on the wall, instead of using sheets. Instead of chain link, you can use another mesh, but you don't have to skip the chicken mesh. This is the chicken mesh I'm talking about. It has to be there. That is very important. If you can use any available resources to put up a structure, and you keep all our features of the structure that we want it to be with, then it is okay. There's no way that we are hindering you to make sure that you put up any design. For us, we design for you, and we give you the design, and you sit down, you see the quote that we have given you. If you have other options that you want to fit into your budget, but also we tell you the duration, or we give you an estimate of the lifespan of that structure that you have put up. Also, it is a crucial. Don't think that you're going to use iron sheets on the side and you think it is going to last longer than that one where we have used a brick wall. Our last question that was asked, someone said that can you do a design for us in Tanzania? He meant that if I'm in Tanzania, can you design for me? That is the meaning of the question that he was trying to put to us. My answer is absolutely yes, because this is not our first time to do the designs. We have sold over 1 million designs to people in different countries. Those ones that come from Liberia, those ones that come from Ghana, those ones that come from Nigeria, those ones that come from South Africa. Yes, mentioned but a few. Many countries have come and we have helped them in our designs that we usually make, because if you want to see some of our works, you can go on our website. We have tried to organize it so that you really get what you need to know about poultry, about goats, about dairy, about all the ventures that really are beneficial to everyone who is interested in venturing into agriculture. We are making sure that we give you the best. We are making sure that every day we organize our systems, we organize our information. You also benefit, because at the end of it all, we want to see each and every person prospering. We want to see each and every person really doing well. That is what we want to see. So we make sure that we give you that information, not only the design, but we do the business proposals. We give you information for free on our blog. People have used our blog and really they have benefited a lot. Those ones that have used our system, our methods of teaching, who we have changed lives based on the information that we usually give them. I'm here because of you. Our company is growing each and every day because of you. So why would I keep something that is so valuable to myself if I can really give to you that information? I have gone that side because it was a question that was a general and I had to answer it in that way. Talk to us. We have a good customer service care that can really serve you well and can talk to you, and we know where the challenges are coming from. Guys, if you've been watching us till this far and you haven't subscribed yet, please tap that subscribe button so that you never miss out any of our information that we put up We know that every day when you keep coming on our channel, you are going to grow. Hence, you're making your community to grow. Your family is going to change. Never and never think that learning ends. We have done this farming thing from our childhood, but still, we are still making research on different ventures. So, always yearn to know what KimD is bringing to us, what other channels are bringing to us. But I'm sure that when you stay with KimD, you are not going to regret. Thank you very much. Thank you for always supporting us. May the Lord bless you, and let us catch up in our next video.